Grand Rising, my loves. Today I want to talk about cognitive dissonance. So cognitive dissonance to me is the idea that our belief system is so strong that we can't even see the truth that's in front of us. For example, we have 66% of people in this country that are chronically ill. That means 66% of people have some sort of disease that affects them on a daily basis. They wake up not feeling well. Perhaps you're one of them. I used to be, and then I took back my life. I changed the way that I ate. I changed the way that I thought about life. I consumed different things. And slowly but surely, I created this life of wellness and joy and no fear that I live. And it took a long time to get there because I was raised in a household where politics were very important. And I was raised in a community that was a college community that was very diverse, that really had a lot of belief systems. And so there was a lot of pretentiousness about me. And it wasn't until I moved out of that town and started to allow myself to be around other people that I started to see that there are many different ways of living. I'm certainly not going to get into politics because I just don't have any desire to do that anymore. I do think, however, it's sad that we're in a state where people can hate each other for the choices that they're making in the polling booth. And that's sad. And in my opinion, it's done by design because we're easier to control when we are, in fact, angry with one another. And the fact of the matter is, and I think our anger is aimed in the wrong direction. And if you're struggling to understand why we have so many sick people in this country, I would venture to guess that you may have some cognitive dissonance. You may have some cognitive dissonance around the fact that our own country, that our own government is poisoning us, allowing us to be poisoned. There's poison in the water in the form of fluoride. Fluoride shuts off your pineal gland. It calcifies it. Your pineal gland, which sits in the back of your brain, is actually the gland that allows you to be reasonable. It's the gland that allows you to speak to God. It is our life force. And when they fluoridate the water, it shuts off our pineal gland. When you go to the dentist and you get fluoride treatments, when you use your toothpaste, it's all aimed to shut down this gland, this beautiful gland that allows you to be a reasonable person. Why would they do that? Because you're easier to control. Why do they want to control you? Because that's the way that they get your money. I mean, really, honestly, we have people out there that just are hoarding money. Nobody should have millions or billions of dollars in the bank. No one. Because when you have millions and billions of dollars in the bank, it means that you're not helping your community. There was a time where a millionaire was a wild idea, and now we have billionaires and trillionaires. No one needs that much money. So if you're struggling to see what's really going on, these new free skill lunches that we're all talking about, it's just not good food. So maybe it's free, but do you really want your kids eating Pop-Tarts and Fruit Loops? Do you really want your kids having chocolate milk and pizza for lunch? Like somebody told me recently that they work in a preschool and that the kids were given oranges and that these kids did not know how to peel oranges. Please tell me we do not live in a country where kids don't even know how to peel an orange. We have got to start realizing that our own country is trying to kill us. Why? Because we are profitable when we are sick. We pay for our health insurance. We pay our own hospital bills. And if we don't pay it, it's because we work 40 to 50 to 60 hours so that we can get it paid for us. We're like slaves. We go into these corporations and we work for these people who are becoming rich off of our backs. And it's time for people to wake up. Stop fighting with each other. Stop fighting with each other about whose lives matter. That's all intended for us to be angry with each other. It just is. And it doesn't mean that it's not an important subject. Of course it is. Of course racism is an important subject. This country was built on racism. But for God's sake, let's not argue with each other. Let's argue with the people that can make the changes that don't make the changes. We are being drugged by the pharmaceutical companies. I had a client that just told me she was prescribed 24 medications. Let's get to the root of the illness. Let's figure out why no one's feeling well, and let's stop arguing with one another. Let's take our tax dollars and make them work for us. Let's think about this stuff. Let's wake up, people. It's time to wake up and take back our health and take back our country. So if you are angry at people because of who they're voting for, or if you're angry at people every day just for the sake of being angry, I suggest that you look within and decide, is that really how you want to live? There are wonderful people out here. We have to live in a time where there's no fear. We have to embrace God and get faith back into the world. I never thought I would say that, but here I am. So get out there, no fear, just flow with faith. Like, subscribe. You are worthy and you are loved.